Up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the December 21st, the magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we'll go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question and in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Marvy Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. A bit of a mixed bag out here. The Dow just slightly positive. The other indices trading lower. The S&P up 20. The NASDAQ 178. The Russell is down 8. Semis are up 25. Gold is trading out at $18.82. That's off $6. Silver trading out at $26.42. That's up 38 cents. Light sweet crude, if we take a look at the February contract, that's up back $1.64, trading at 47.60. Natural gas is flat out there. T-bonds up half a point, 14 ticks, trading out at 172.18. We've got call-ahead seating. You know what that means. We go to our first caller, and that is Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing quite well, Steve. I appreciate taking the call, and hope you had a nice weekend.
Yes, very nice. How about yours?
Yeah, it was good.
Good. So Gilead Sciences, what we're going to be taking a look at, formed a brand new profile today, Brent, trading below the bottom of that profile. But you might be calling because it's bar number 8 of a TD9 count. But how can I help you?
That was one of the reasons I was calling, and I know it's getting near that low that it had. I think it was 57.04. I believe it was back in October that it made that low.
Yes.
It's something I've been watching, looking at. These levels seems to be a place it's been at different times, going back on the left-hand side of the chart. And seems to be an area that normally kind of comes off of that level. But I just was hoping you could maybe give me some potential areas, even down lower that might end up being support, and just what else you thought about it.
So, yeah, absolutely. So this is interesting. I was just checking out my system, and actually today is going to be bar number 9.
That's what I saw, yeah.
Yeah, it's not updating for some reason. It was picking up, and I don't know why it's doing that. I hate to catch that at 1:09 in the afternoon, but I can make do. We can adjust. So here,
and there was a little hammer, I guess, on that bar 8, and then of course it's below that today. So that's another consideration as far as it potentially going lower. So.
Yes. And so here is, so folks, this is actually through Friday's data. And I don't know why it's not picking this up right now. I've had a few problems this morning, but it's not. And even though it shows bar number 8 here, it really is bar number 9 of the TD9 count. So 58.18 was the TD9 breakout level. And this right now is trading out at 58.34. So it's pulled back with a bottoming pattern into breakout support. So on a daily basis, this is a buy right now based upon that pattern. Now, we do know that We can't see a lower low on the bar following bar number 9, but because prices pulled back and it's tested that support, today's candle right now as we speak is also a hammer. It's a little bit of a gap to the downside, so you have both a bullish and a bearish signal out here. But and price is pulling back into a swing point from October 29. That had 12.5 million shares. You're at 5.6, so you're testing that level on light volume. The rejection of that would require a close of about 58.89, but that's really not the pattern that you're trading. You were trading in essence, or you're considering trading the TD9 count pattern. You've got the 9 count, again, price getting all the way back to its breakout level. Now, the upside potential on this, price is below the oscillator and change line. So that's the first area where you're going to have to look for price to get across. On my screen, it says 59.54. I know that's not accurate. It's slightly different than that, but that's a fairly decent range. And then you've got the daily profiles. Above that, although I think there was a new profile. Yeah, so there's new profile out here. So the other resistance points, not a reason to not enter the trade, just to recognize where the dogfight's going to be at 58.82, 59.39, and 59.68. And if price can clear those levels, then it's on its way up to the 62 area. But you definitely, and on the weekly basis, Brent, what price also did so far, it pulled back and it tested the bottom of its weekly profile, which is 57.84. Granted, it got just slightly below that, but that area is held. So I think you've got two signals of support that would suggest going ahead and taking that trade. What additional information can I provide you?
Oh, that's great. I really appreciate it, Steve. I know there's a lot to talk about today. There's, with the way the futures were pre-market and kind of made this comeback. And if you could at some point talk about the VIX and if that is at a level that is something to be watching or anything like that, I'd appreciate it. I know have a lot to talk about. So thanks so much with, Gilead and I might even do something today. It seems to be in an area that, it's the risk reward is kind of there. So
yeah, that's really what we're talking about. We're just trying to find the reward risk and a pattern to go with taking a trade. And inside of Gilead, you've got that for sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve. Have a great week. And if I don't talk to you before the holidays, Merry Christmas to you and your family. And you take care.
Thank you. And same to you. That was Brent in Martinez, California. So now Stevie's got a slight issue to deal with because the charts, for whatever reason, it's not a good reason, aren't updating. And so, and I don't have my other system. I'm trying to get it going right now. So I'm actually, you know what, I got a minute. I'll do that during the breakout here. So let's go back to the equity markets. There are a couple of questions that have come in by email, and I want to be able to get to those, but I'd like to be able to have some active charts to take a look at. So here we're going to start off with, how are we going to do this? Well, I know that the ES Mini is updating, so let me pull this over. As Brent mentioned, hey, what was going on this morning? I mean, this is not exactly his question, but really with regard to the futures, what was going on? So let's take a look at the short-term time frame, which is where I always like to start. And the time frame that I like to use is the 30-minute time frame. You can use whatever is appropriate for you. So when I got up this morning, after I got up, this morning, I saw that we were in bar number 6 of a TD9 count in the ES. And, of course, that always says to me, okay, beware that we might be looking for bar number 8, 9, or the bar following 9. And actually, so I have another chart that I look at each day, each morning for sure, to understand what the markets are communicating to us. You've seen this. Oh, shoot, I don't have that chart handy. That figures, doesn't it? That figures. Stevie. Oh, wait. I do. Let me see if I can pull this over here real quickly. And that's this within about 10 seconds. If you look at this, is what you love to see. You got bar number 8 on all 4 equity future contract happening at the same time, TD9 counts, which is why we bounced. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. Do you have broken or unwanted jewelry, diamonds, watches, coins, silverware, and other collectibles that you would like to turn into cash? Tiger Precious Metals and Stones will pay fair market value. We make it easy to turn your precious metals that are sitting around in your house into cash. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 and he will walk you through our safe and secure process. Andy has been in the business buying and selling precious metals for over 15 years. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the 30-minute time frame chart here for each of the equity futures contract. We've got them in one snapshot, and it's got all of my tools on here. It may look a little cluttered, but again, it's a quick visual understanding of what the markets are doing. It's nice when things are in unison. So this morning, things were in unison. Each of the equity futures contracts on their 30-minute time frame confirmed TD9 count bottoms. Then we saw a bounce from there. After the market opened, well, it was about 10 o'clock when things started to move back a bit. It was the NQ that was the weakest indice. It actually made a slightly lower low, but in doing so, it generated Rhodes momentum indicator signal, which was confirmed at 11:30 this morning when that bullish engulfing candle formed. Now, price is trading right up into resistance areas. It's back inside its profile. If price can get above 12,689, a run for its TD9 breakdown level is where it's targeted, 12,749.75. If price closes above that, well, then this was just truly a buy the dip opportunity this morning. That's where resistance should be inside of the NQ. Now let's just go from these this combined set of 30-minute charts out here. Let's go take a look at larger pictures, a little bit easier for each of you on Tiger TV and Inside the Den to take a look at it. So give me a moment here just to switch over. And okay, and we're going to pull over the ES Mini. We're just going to we'll take a look at the other ones too, but let's focus in on the S&P 500, the ES Mini, and see what we have going on. So we already discussed the TD9 count pattern out there. Right now, there's an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside that is underway. I can't draw that in with this version of the software. I don't really need to at this stage. We're only in bar number 4 of a TD9 count. So with regard to this count out here, Dan is asking from New York, should we top out on bar number 9? I'd have to see what it's trading into, Dan, and what other patterns are going on at that stage. And I don't know whether we'll get to a 9 count on the ES Mini or not. But if we do get to a 9 count. And prices below 3702.50. It's just the opposite of what Brent and I looked at. Only in Brent's case, we're looking at a daily time frame. In this case, we're looking at a 30-minute time frame. We're really agnostic as to the instrument that we're looking at and the time frame, because these tools are just simply applied to that time frame and instrument, and they work for all time frames, all instruments, all everything out there. So in the case of the ES Mini, because price was moving down so rapidly, get to bar number 8, you don't know at that stage on a 30-minute time frame chart, is price going to make bar number 9 at a lower low, or the bar following bar number 9 at a lower low? So what do you do? What do you do? I will tell you what I do. What I do, and many others out there do this, so this is not exactly like rocket science that we're figuring out, but what I do is go down to the lower time frame, the next lower time frame. For me, that next lower time frame is a 15-minute time frame. Just simply cut it in half. So I go from 30 to 15. So what was going on at 10 o'clock this morning on the 15-minute time frame chart? Well, not 10 o'clock, at 6 o'clock this morning. And at 6 o'clock this morning, the 15-minute time frame chart formed bar number 9. Now, following bar out there at 6:15, because a 15-minute time frame chart, that let us know that if there was going to be a bottom, okay, so this is for your intraday traders, if there was going to be a bottom, it was in based upon the 15-minute time, or likely in based upon the 15-minute time frame, and you would get in right after that bar completed, and your stop's got to be below the low of the day. But it gave you at least an early entry into it. Now, on a 15-minute time frame, Dan, you're going to learn something here. We're going to learn something about the ES Mini, because, again, these tools work for every time frame. You can see we're now in the bar following bar number 9. We also can see that the oscillator and change line has changed colors from red to green. Now, when that happens, that usually tells us about an eventual hookup of price in that line over the coming sessions. I'm not able to define the coming sessions. It could be 2, it could be 1, it could be 10. But because we have a TD9 count out here, Dan, we should, and because we have the oscillator and change line that change colors, you and I should really anticipate a pullback to test that level. Now, if price bounces off of, if that unfolds, and you get a rejection would be a test and a close back above that level, well, then that gives you the signal, hey, price is moving to 3691, a TD9 breakdown level on the 15-minute time frame, or at least that it is still bullish out there. So that's what I'd be watching, would be the 15-minute time frame. If you go to the 60-minute, what also was going on at that stage out here, just to check it out, there wasn't a signal. There was not a pattern, is really what I should say, that told us on the 60-minute time frame to get into the trade. There was nothing on the 120-minute time frame. There was nothing on the 240-minute. It was just the 30 and the 15. But what was also going on the daily time frame? So at that same time, there were a couple other things that were going on. One of those things was, or is, that there is a new profile that is attempting to form. Now, I won't know until the end of the day, because I'm using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool to pick up these early signals of where buyers and sellers reside. Now, whether this profile forms or not, what I can do is I can guarantee you, as much as I can guarantee anything, where sellers reside, and sellers reside inside the ES Mini between 3685 and 3711. The reason why I have to give you that range is because this is a bearish structured profile at the present time. Sellers reside at the top, period. Buyers reside at the bottom, period. That makes it easy peasy. And then all you have to do is locate the center. And the center doesn't mean that it's in the center. It just means it's a line in between the top and the bottom. Of course, you know that out there. But if you're brand new, you're just tuning in, you're listening to this wacko out here, you're trying to understand what the markets are doing, I think I should at least try to explain it. So in this case, the center, which is what's referred to as the fair value area. What does it mean, fair value? Well, you take your football field, our football field, the end zones are the top and the bottom of the profile. All right. And then we figure out where's the ball. In this case here, well, the ball or the center of that profile is closer to the top. Now, within inside this box, both buyers and sellers believe at 36.85, it's fairly valued. Doesn't matter whether it's close to the top or close to the bottom. But there's equal number of buyers and sellers there. Now, are there really an equal number of buyers and sellers there? No, we don't really know that. But it's how I approach bullish and bearish structured profiles out there. So we're trading. So price, the ES Mini is moving. So we got a 15-minute time frame chart. It's got the TD9 count. You can see the daily chart is moving up into a resistance level. And by the way, this morning, because this new profile was forming, as those TD9 count patterns were unfolding, we could see price get right back above the bottom of that profile, 36.21. So whereas this morning many people woke up, they were looking at the futures market, they were down substantially, they were hitting themselves upside the head saying, why didn't I go short on Friday? Maybe I should go short at the open. Well, you would do those things without having, without taking a look at the patterns that you and I like to trade out of the TD9 count. This can assist you, as well as these profile levels, with helping you interpret the message of the market. There was also another thing going on this morning that's always unusual, and that's the old contango. And that contango, it's the I'm just trying to find the actual set of charts out here. My apology. I thought I had my hand right on it, and I don't. God, Lord. And the contango is inside the volatility index. Brent asked me to touch upon the VIX, and where the Sam heck did I put that? I had it. Wow. Okay. Here we go. So we're not in contango any longer. And I don't have the high of the day. Well, yeah, I do. It's right here. So the spot volatility index this morning was trading out at 31.46. See each of these futures contracts here? They're in the bottom portion of my data section out there. In the case of the VIX, this was really a short-term event because price was above every single futures contract. And that contango always works its way out. And it did. Things are back in line. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archived workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So I wanted to go one more thing about the ES Mini. We're looking at the 15-minute, 30-minute daily charts out here. And the one thing that I didn't mention, so this is a very cool thing. We can see that the bar following bar number 10 has completed out here, and that high is 3683.50. It closed above 3683.50, especially on this bar. The message is, this is why I love this TD9 count pattern. It provides us with so much information. What it would then tell us about is a strong momentum move to the upside. Now, what's really key here is you have to understand where the next resistance level is, and that next resistance, we did cover that, which was 3691.50. So if we see a higher close during this bar that we're in right now, it looks like we're going to get that out here. 3691.50 becomes, on the 15-minute time frame, it's a price to look at. So that covers that TD9. With regard to the intraday signals for the other equity futures contracts, why don't I pull those over, and then we'll get to some of our questions out here. And let's take a look at the NQ. So in the NQ's case, which we mentioned, both formed a TD9 count bottom this morning, then came back, retested those lows, and generated the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. So the profile that formed, which was above price at the time, is bullish in structure. If the NQ, if this is just a counter trend rally for this time frame, 30-minute time frame, it should run into resistance at 12,689. We're at 12,681. Again, that's the center of its bullish structured profile out there. So that would be, so if price is able to clear inside the NQ above 12,689, odds favor move back to its TD9 breakdown level, and that's at 12,749 out there. So that's what's going on inside of the NQ. Let's go take a look at the Dow. The Dow, by the way, on this 30-minute time frame chart, I believe negated, which means ignored its TD9 count potential topping signal out here. Let me make sure that. Is that the case? I take that back. That is not the case. Price, although it has a TD9 count, it wasn't a valid top out here. And it wasn't a valid top because the high didn't come in on bars 9 or the bar following 9, 8, 9, or the bar following 9. So right now, the Dow equity future contract is going to give you a signal about perhaps what the market is going to do for the rest of the afternoon, because the Dow is right up at resistance. If the Dow equity future contract is going to fail, remember, this is where we got the signal of the bottom out here. It's right here at 31.41. We're trading right now at 31, 37, 38, 39. So watch this 31.41. Why watch it, Steve? What does that mean? Because if price closes above that on a 30-minute time frame, that's going to tell us it's really a change in trend signal out here, a change in trend, at least for the day, unless there's some other pattern that forms out here. But this would suggest that price would go tag the high from last night's open, which is up in the 33, 33-ish type range out there. So that's what's going on inside the Dow. Let's go finish this off by taking a look at the Russell 2000 equity future contract. Take a look at what its signals are for its 30-minute time frame. You can see the TD9 count bottom out here. Price is, price already closed above its key breakdown level, which, wow, I take that back. It is trying to do that right now in this bar. It's only 3 minutes into the bar. It's 133. But a close above 1956.50 is a very bullish signal inside the Russell 2000, and which suggests going back and testing last night's open in the 1992-ish type range out there. So there's the 4 equity futures contracts. Again, you don't have to trade the futures, but if you're trading the market, you're trading the SPYs, you're trading those ETFs out there, please learn this pattern. Please learn this learn them all, quite frankly, but at least please learn that pattern. It's easy to do. Subscribe. You can do it for 29 days. It costs you Zippo, but it's going to cost you a ton not to do that. How many people were out there selling into the market this morning, wanting to jump on board that train? Now, if you were using the TD9 count, you saw all 4 the equity futures contracts doing the same thing. You went into the short-term time frames. That might have stopped you from taking action at that time. Maybe you still would have gone short. You would have just sold at a resistance level out there. But please learn to use that tool out here. Now let's get to some of our questions. The first one coming in from Mike M. Mike in Sarasota. And Mike wants to take a look at BNTX. So let me get my this other chart. Well, let's do this 2 things. Okay. So BNTX. I'm going to get that going on one of my daily time frame charts. But let's come over to our 3 time frame, BNTX. And this is a biotech something or other. Right now, and Mike, what is Mike's question? That would be helpful, right? Mike says, BNTX is Pfizer's vaccine partner in Germany. Can you give me an idea of possible move to 115 to 120 TAS profiles, et cetera? So price is trading with inside its daily profile right now. It's bearish in structure and price is below the center of that profile. So, Mike, this suggests, as opposed to trying to get up to 120 or 115, this actually is suggesting, hey, I might want to go visit 96.91 first. Our price is above the top of the weekly profile. There is no profile level for you and I to take a look at on a monthly basis. So let's go take a look at what's going on. Let's start off with the weekly since I have that up on my screen out here. And the weekly basis last week confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. And now with price below its weekly oscillator and change line, that's the one that looks a little bit smoother out here at 110.24. This is suggesting that price wants to pull back even further. Let me change this to the daily time frame out here. Let's see what the signals are on the daily. On the daily, we have a Rhodes momentum indicator top as well. And this is suggesting that at 97.56, Mike, which is just slightly above the bottom of that profile, that is your TD9 breakout level. So you're looking for price to get back there. You'd ideally like to see price get back there on bar number 8, 9, or the bar following 9, hold that 97.56 level, and that could get you into a long trade. You also wanted to take a look at SPCE out here. So let's try to, I should have done that on the other screen. Let's go, good, populated right away. So here's the daily time frame, and you say, and if time, we're making the time, will it pull back to the 28 level out here? At 20, and it's 28. Oh, you're looking for it to move higher and fill the gap. So right now, what we have is a sell the D point. What do you mean a sell the D point? We've got an A to B equals CD pattern. It looks like this. So on this version of the software, I can go ahead and just put these patterns in. And you can see a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD. Got that bearish engulfing candle. And at this stage here, so you've got the confirmed top. Price below the bottom of the daily profile, below its oscillator on change line. And that is suggesting that this will pull back to 21.25. It may form a TD9 count as price gets back to that level out there. So first, both of these instruments, it looks like to me, want to complete their bottom process and pattern before they then take a look at those upside targets that you are looking at out there. So, Mike, thanks for writing in. I hope that helps you out. I believe we have a caller on the line, and that is Mozam in the UK. Is that correct?
Hi, Steve. Yes, that's correct. I want to have a look at FireEye.
Yeah. What are you doing? How can I help you?
Yeah, so basically I called last Friday as well, so we were looking at this, and it had a really big move last Friday. Yep. And the price level you mentioned was 1842, which could indicate a change in trend, a possible change in trend. So it did close above 1842 last Friday. So based on today's action, I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. Because it does appear to be completing an ABCD, and I just want your thoughts on this stock and any further targets.
Hold on through this commercial break, if you will, and we'll come back to you in just a few to take a look at FireEye with Mozam in the United Kingdom. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. Are you looking to buy or sell gold, silver, platinum, coins, or bullion? We can help. At Tiger Precious Metals and Stones, we specialize in the buying and selling of gold, silver, as well as collectible U.S. and foreign coins. We not only buy your unwanted or broken jewelry, but you can trade that in for gold and silver coins too. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 for a quote over the phone and to lock in the current market price. Call us now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at FireEye. Ticker symbol here is FEYE with Mozam in the UK. And one of the levels that he had mentioned was 1842. I believe, was that the level you had mentioned, Mozam?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So 1842, just to reiterate for those folks that weren't listening in on Friday, 1842 is the TD9 breakdown level for the monthly time frame. So what we're really looking for there is a close above this at the end of the month. But trading above it is a positive thing. Okay, so don't misinterpret that, but you really want to see a close above that on a monthly basis. That would then signal that FireEye may have a change in trend for that long term. And price is also trading above the top of its profile right now, so that's a positive. So now the real question is, where is price headed to? For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a weekly time frame. And on the weekly time frame, what we know is that last week, price closed above a breakdown level. That was 1716, so that was key, and also closed above a swing point, and it did it with wide-ranging bar and volume. So what that does for us is this gives us a price projection tool, and that's the A to B equals CD pattern. So for the A point, we're going to use bar number 9 down here back in March that identified the bottom. The B point, it looks like it is the in August out here at about 1628, and it pulls back into the October time frame where it does a less than a 50% retracement. So what you can see here with the A to B equals CD tool is the first price projection area is 21. Now we're pretty close to 21. It's traded up to a high of 2080 out there. And the question is, does that mean that it's reached its full potential? And that's it. And my answer to you would be, well, we don't know the answer to that. But my intuition says no. Why does it say no? For a couple of reasons out here. And it says that the next target is likely to be attained, which is in the 2337 area. Regardless of whether my intuition is correct or not, in an A to B equals CD pattern, the way that you know that the pattern is over, or at least the first signal that the pattern is over, is you will get a bearish reversal candle, which we certainly don't have today. If that were to show up tomorrow, then that would be a signal, okay, there is something here. This might be the so-called sell the D point, create a butterfly sell. Short of that, price should continue to move higher, and there would be no reason to exit this trade based upon taking a look at the weekly time frame chart or, quite frankly, the daily time frame chart. So the answer to you with regard to next upside targets, 21 and 23.37, and we're generating that A to B equals CD pattern off of the weekly time frame chart. What say you, Mozam? What additional questions do you have?
That's great. Yeah, you have answered my question because I was thinking whether to take some chips off the table or stay in the trade. So because it was so close to that ABCD, so I'll stay with the trade. I've been in it since that breakdown area of 1640. So so I've got about nearly about $4 into it, so I can definitely hold into the trade.
Okay, yeah, I look, I think that's the thing to do. Make sure you use a stop, obviously. And so, yeah, can I ask what part of the UK are you in?
At the moment, I'm in Birmingham.
Okay, and so what is it like? We hear over here in the States, you're on the ground. So we hear there's a new version of COVID-19. I guess it's out, or I mean, so what's it like in your area? Maybe a quick description.
To be very honest, I haven't been outside the house in about 3 days. So I'm looking outside the window. It seems to be pretty okay. There is traffic. I see people moving. I see cars moving. It's really that southern part of the United Kingdom where it really is being impacted heavily, and that's in the Tier 4. But I think it's going to move to rest of the country as well. So, I don't think it's that bad compared to what is in the news, at least where I am and the way I see it. So I haven't been outside the house for 3 days. So I'll call tomorrow and let you know. Yeah. I'll just move about and see how things are in my city, and then I'll call you tomorrow and update you.
Well, that'd be great because we like having eyes on the ground, eyes and ears on the ground, and because we believe that more than the news that we hear, or at least I believe that more than the news that I hear. So thank you very much for calling in, and best of luck with you on this trade, and happy holidays.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Dennis G. And Dennis says, looking for a good entry point to start a position inside the XLE. So let's go take a look at the energy sector. As long as we're going to do that, we're also going to take a look at light sweet crude. So where do we begin? Let's begin by taking a look at light sweet crude. We're looking at the February contract right now. It's off $1.31, trading out at $47.92. But we're going to switch to Stevie's synthetic versions of the contract for our work right now, because we're just trying to understand what it is doing, what it's not doing. So I just have to find, I've got lights, here we go, light sweet crude. So now when we take a look at light sweet crude today, and even though it's trading lower, and this is confirming, by the way, this is confirming a sell the D point, the A to B equals CD. I'll show it to you, because we have a bearish, right now we have a bearish engulfing candle. I don't know what it will be like at the end of the day. It's not a fully completed A to B equals CD. I mean, it hasn't exactly hit the price target, which was $49.93, but on Friday it got up to a high of 49. Whoops, I couldn't even read that. Got up to a high of 49.43 versus so it's 50 cents short. Folks, for me that's close enough. We use this as guidelines. So do you sell light sweet crude? Do you go short light sweet crude? That's the question I throw out to you. You've got a confirmed sell the D point, A to B equals CD, with today's bearish engulfing candle. Do you sell light sweet crude right here, right now? Well, the charts say no. They say no way, Jose. Why do they say that? Well, for two reasons. One, you can see a trend line that's drawn in here, so you can draw that same trend line. That's just simply off the low from December 2nd. That level is held. There's a new profile that is forming, attempting to form. Again, we're using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool, but this is a bullish structured, slightly bullish structured profile with support at 4607. That's the bottom. The center, remember, both buyers and sellers reside there, 47,619, and at the top is 4906. The only way that the charts would tell you there's a change in trend, and to start considering the short side would be a close below 4607. So, Dennis, one of the first things that you've got to keep an eye on, regardless of what the XLE chart shows us, and I want you to pay attention to that and focus on that, is if you were to see light sweet crude close below 4607, that should take the XLE lower. At this stage here, support is held, and it's really kind of neutral. No, let me restate that. It's neutral. It's not kind of neutral. It's neutral. Well, what do you mean, Jelly Bean? Pretty simple. You've got a confirmed top with the sell the D point, but you also have a test of support that's held. So we're inside that little wedge, so to speak. No one likes a wedgie. We're inside that wedge as we speak right now, and that's called the neutral zone. So not unless price closes above 49.06 or below 46.07 will that get us out of that wedgie pattern inside of light sweet crude. Now, we haven't even touched the energy sector, but that's what Dennis called about. So somebody's saying, all right, Steve-O, would you finally get to the XLE? We will. As we take a look at the XLE, it's dropped below the bottom of its daily profile today. It's testing the top of its weekly profile, and it's testing the center of its monthly profile. Is that enough information for us to act upon? No. When we get back from this break, we'll go figure that out for Dennis. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the energy sector, XLE for Dennis. And before this analysis, we were taking a look at the light sweet crude, which we've put into a neutral position right now. because of its topping signal and support holding. In the case of the XLE, totally different set of chart patterns out here, but we do know the influence of oil in the energy sector. Now, today's candle session, if we're to close here right now, what this has done is this has generated on the daily time frame a island reversal top out here. So that's a bearish pattern, and that says, okay, Dennis, we need to be early. We need to be very careful right here. So here's what we know about the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. Price is below support on the daily, and price ran into resistance on the monthly. And both of those support moving lower. Now, the weekly time frame and the key level to be watching is going to be 37.28. 37.28 is the top of the profile. Because of the island top, because of taking like a light sweet crude, Dennis, I'm going to say today is not the day to be looking to get long. I know that wasn't your question, but it could have been. I don't want you to interpret what I'm saying with regard to the weekly chart holding support, which is the top of its profile. It's not typically where you look for support, but sometimes old resistance, the top of a profile, can become a support. Right now, that's the case. But with that island top, that just says, we've got to be mighty careful out here. The question would be, where is an entry point? Now, the entry point, let me get to the so here's the weekly time frame. Let's just stick with the weekly time frame out here. And so here's another reason to be cautious. We've got a lower low. We've got a lower high out here. The TD9 count was the last topping pattern in the energy sector for the weekly time frame. If price, this is a weekly chart, so I don't know where price is going to close. Can't tell you whether the 9 count is going to get voided or not out here. Let me get to the daily. Let me get an answer. Is that the show is over? Oh, my apology. Dennis, it could be down at 28.92. Today's going to be bar number 4. Maybe it's going to be next week before we see a bottom inside the energy sector. Hey, folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours out here. Have a magical, marvelous Monday. And I'll see you on Tuesday, Thirsty Taco Tuesday.